Hello everyone, Charles here with SlickTrade.net, and in today's presentation I am going to cover last week's market commentary, the results, and also what I do each week. It's a very simple concept overall. All right, there's a few trading rules here in place, and it is a strategy that you can go ahead and go through every Saturday or Sunday and just plan out the upcoming week on the assets of your choosing. Okay, so I usually stick with the New Zealand dollar, the Aussie dollar, the dollar franc, the euro dollar, and I usually take a look as well at the pound dollar. Okay, so those are the main assets that I look at each week. I've found that usually the major USD pairs seem to work the best, and I stick with the 4-hour time frame and the daily time frame. Okay, I have gone over this strategy multiple times, but I still get a lot of requests on it, and uh, so I just figured I would continue to make some videos to help to explain it. The more you do it each week, the easier it gets. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at this. Please know that with any trading strategy, with any type of investing, you should never invest with or trade upon money which you do not have. Okay, trading involves a real risk. Okay, and if you do not have the money to trade with it, you should not be investing with it. Okay, past performance does not ensure future results either. Okay, so New Zealand dollar, this is the 4-hour time frame. Okay, so this mark right here, this marks last week before I sent out the market commentary. This is the identified range that I put out, and this is the result. Okay, so I have explained this in previous videos, but I'm going to go ahead and explain it one more time. Okay, what you're looking at here, this is the professor setup. This is a setup that you will receive if you are a paid member, okay, with SlickTrade.net. But you do not need this. You can just trade from naked charts as well. I just like the kind of added confirmation with the professor, and I really like the alerts from the professor. Even some of the auto trading to enter, but then I like to manually trade from there. That's just the type of trader that I am. Your brain is the most important tool, the most important expert advisor, the most important indicator. I can't say this enough, okay? Indicators and alerts and all that are great, but your brain is what you really want to focus on as a trader, especially if you want to be successful in the long term, okay? So, things that I've explained before are that uh, you don't want to enter based on just a candle wick, okay? I like the candle bodies, okay? That means that these here, you zoom in, see, these are the candle bodies, all right? These are the wicks at the above and below from the body, okay? The reason that I do not enter a trade based on wicks, okay, I like to wait for the full candle formation, okay? And sometimes that means you miss a trade, and that's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with missing a trade. What's wrong is when you enter too early and then you get trapped in a trade, okay? You don't want that to happen. And in this particular scenario here, you would have been trapped in a trade and you would have hit your stop loss, okay? So instead of gaining on this, you would have lost. You would have lost around 50 pips, okay? But instead, you could have gained about 70 to 77 pips, okay? So, please keep that in mind. Please do not try to jump into trades, okay? That is one of the worst things you can do as a trader or as a successful trader, okay? So I just need to keep a running tally of results as well for the Slick Trade members. So right here, this you would not have entered here, okay? You would have waited until you got to here, okay? See this right here is the perfect little candle body. It broke above, had a couple following candles that came back. They resisted a bit. They came back to a support level right here, and then boom, beautiful move up. Okay. So how do we plan this out for the future? Okay, for the upcoming week, how do we plan this? So what I always do is I move my vertical line to the current candle. I grab my upper and my lower. Okay. Now, I support and resistance. I can easily see that right here is where we experienced some well, a couple momentum bars, but also some resistance, okay? Price came down, it hit, it moved up, okay? Here, came down, created a wick on this candle. Here, we experienced resistance. Here, same thing, candle with a wick. Here, resistance, resistance. It's, okay? So that is essentially just a brief introduction to support and resistance, okay? It's where price continues to hit when you go back into history. Okay, so if you'd like more in-depth information on that, please check out slicktrade.net. We have a lot of free education on there. Okay. Um, the next thing I like to look at is about a 50 pip range if you're looking at the 4-hour time frame. Okay, so this is 51 pips. Okay, that's pretty good. Like I said, this is a good support. Now up here, I'm actually going to bring this one down just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to bring it right to this wick and these candle bodies. Okay, it's a little bit more accurate resistance level. In this scenario, this would be your support and this would be your resistance. Okay, then we go ahead and we grab this tool and let's just take a look and see. Okay, it's 46 pips. As long as we stay around that 50 pip range or less, then we're good. Okay. At least for this strategy. So here is your upper level that you're looking at. Now along the way here, I'm going to be grabbing these 4 Slick Trade members too. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone on this scenario. This is our resistance level here. Okay. Now to keep these lines on here for throughout the week, and if you have to like restart your computer, if you close MetaTrader 4 at all, as long as you get rid of, as long as you lock it into place, basically. So this is still movable when you see these little dots at each end, okay? And same with the vertical line, any lines that you add, okay? So that will just kind of lock those into place, and then next week, things will move. You see more candles. You see what happens. Okay, but like I said, wait for that candle body to actually break. That is my 2 cents. Now, if we look at the professor setup, we have come down. We still are technically with B bands and trend rider. We are seeing this is still showing a short, but we are experiencing resistance here. So if price breaks above this line, which if you take a look, it's right here where these B bands are as well, and the candle body holds above, then we could be seeing a trend reversal. Okay, so you see up here, this is when that short trend was alerted here. Initially, we had our cross below the Hall moving average, which is here. Okay. So first we had the cross, we had some resistance kind of back and forth, a consolidation period here. And then here was our, alert that like, yes, we are going into a short. Okay. So price break below, just created new, lower highs and lower lows throughout. And here you can kind of see the same thing that we started to see here. Okay. So price broke above the Hall moving average here. And then we've been experiencing kind of this sideways movement or consolidation period ever since. Okay, so we'll see. We haven't had the confirmation from the B bands that price is indeed going into a trend reversal, but we'll see. Price could kind of head back and forth for a bit. You really don't know. Okay, so let me go ahead and pause this video for a minute here. We are in. Dang it. This isn't going to let me pause. Okay, sorry about that. I had a quick interruption there. So, for the upcoming week here, that's our plan, and that is a beautiful setup. So we'll see what happens. Okay. Now, as far as the New Zealand dollar on the daily, last week, here's our vertical line, here's our range. Okay, now the range for the daily, I like to go between 50 to 100 pips. Okay, now as you can see, price did break and kind of headed to the upside here. We hit our first take profit, which was 45 pips. And prices just kind of stayed there ever since. Okay, we're just kind of fluctuating back and forth. We'll see what happens in the upcoming weeks. We don't have a clear trend. We're technically in a short right now, okay, but it's not a real nice clear trend. Okay, from here it's been pretty clear. Okay, but we had a lot of kind of back and forward movement here, following a long trend here. So we'll see. Overall, we are below the whole moving average. Overall, this is showing a short. So overall, we are in that short. But I do like to see things a little bit clearer sometimes. Okay, so if you zoom out even further, that is where back in March of 2020, that was where price really started to head up. And ever since then, we've had that sideways movement or consolidation period. We did break below, though, however. So, like I said, technically it is a short, but we'll see what happens in these upcoming weeks. If this, where was the break? The break was about here. So if this is 0.68956 level holds, then we should continue in that short. Okay, but we'll see what happens. Okay, patience is very important as a trader, and that is what is going to make you successful or not. So for the upcoming week, I'm going to move these levels here. We are going to move this one up to these wicks as well. Like I said, you really want to stay around that 50 to 100 pip range. We're at 78 here, so this is beautiful. Take profits are always based upon previous support and resistance. Again, if you don't understand how to properly identify support and resistance, please check out our free education. It is worth taking the time to learn it, okay? Especially if you're looking to be successful in the future. So there's our key levels on the New Zealand dollar. Daily. Let me grab a couple screenshots here. Print screen. Aussie dollar 4-hour time frame. Last week, right here, came up, broke to the upside, reached about 103 pips. For the upcoming week, right here's a pretty solid support, and here is pretty solid resistance level. Let's go ahead and move this here. Let's make sure we're within our 50 pip range. 49, so pretty perfect there. Here's our upper level. Here's our lower. And there we have it. For the daily time frame, we did break above and did hit our take profit one as well. Looking at about 37 pips there. We're definitely experiencing, as far as the daily is concerned, some sideways movement. Okay. Overall, we are in a short. Especially when you really zoom out there. Again, back to that March of 2020. Excuse me. So we will see. Oops, did not mean to do that. No, give me my candles back. There we go. As far as the upcoming week is concerned, oops, gosh, my computer here is being a pain. Probably the internet. Identify some new support and resistance levels here. This is over our pip range. So we're going to bring it up to the next support level right there. Bring these up for our take profits here. So depending which way price goes, will depend on which way we go. That's the 92 pip range. That's beautiful. Okay. Here's our upper key level here. Like I said last week, yeah, currently in that correction phase, more than likely sideways movement in upcoming weeks. That's still holding true. I'm just going to keep that same explanation there. Okay. Lock those in place and grab a screenshot. Dollar franc, 4 hour here. So we had a nice, beautiful break to the downside here. Potential to gain about 60 pips. Bring this to the current. Just gonna. I wonder if I move that down a little bit. There we go. It's a little bit better. Match my other charts. We did switch to a short here. We are below the whole moving average. If we zoom out, you can clearly see this is a consolidation period or sideways movement. We've stayed within this range for a while now, since November. Well, we really kind of entered it, I guess, right about here. So kind of end of November. So been in this period for about a month. Okay. There's no clear trend here. Technically, we're in a short. Okay. If you look back here, we have not created a new high and have it hold. But we'll see which way price goes here in these upcoming weeks. Um, excuse me, we'll go right here. See what kind of range this is on a dollar franc. It's a 29 pip range, so that is okay. I don't really like to do anything less than 25, okay? 20 being like the absolute lowest, but it's really not enough movement, especially on the 4 hour. I mean, if you were looking at like a 1 hour time frame, that would be one thing, but I don't like to trade based on a 1 hour time frame. It's just not my key. Everyone is different, however, though. You will find, if you're new to trading, um, you'll find what works best for you, and things will change throughout time. The more that you learn, the strategies that you put in place, it's all going to make a difference as far as what works best for you and what your trading style really becomes. Okay. So as far as dollar franc on the daily, if you look at these trend lines here, we did break below and the candle body held below this on these last two candles. Okay, last 2 days of last week. This is a time where normally, okay, unless if there are some big news releases or things that happen in the world, okay, to make the market move, this is a time where there's not a lot of movement, okay? I've experienced, yeah, at least for the past, I'd say roughly 5 years. I'd have to go back and really look. Um, there usually is either like some sideways movement, but definitely not a lot of like large moves around this time, and that's kind of around like the Christmas into the New Year's, and then after that things seem to start to pick up or start to show kind of a clear trend. That's just been my experience though, and again I look at the 4 hour and daily uh, time frames, so it could be different for you. um, Everybody experiences things a little bit different. What you consider to be movement could be completely different from what I say. um, so that's just my 2 cents though. Like I said, on the daily, keep it between that 50 to 100. That's 59, so we're in the clear here. This is our upper key level. This still holds true that we're currently in consolidation. Lock those in place. I'm going to grab a screenshot. Euro dollar on the 4 hour. Real nice, clear, beautiful setup. Last week here, broke to the upside. Had about a 78 pip move to the upside for the upcoming week. We are going to look at say roughly here and here. These are pretty clear support resistance levels, but we do want to make sure that we're in the 25 to 50, 37 pips. Beautiful. Here's the upper portion of the new defined range. And here is the lower. Lock those in place. Screenshot. Now we've got our daily here. Last week, we really just had some continued consolidation. We did break above, but there really wasn't any movement. It, you didn't lose or gain anything on that. So if you are a select trade member, I would just stay in that trade for now. We do have a pretty nice double bottom happening here. Double. I was going to say triple even, but that's really just that candle wick there. So we have a double bottom. We'll see what happens. If this 1.12020 level holds, then we should be looking for a nice reversal in the upcoming weeks. But that has not set up yet. Okay, still technically in a short overall trend, but in that consolidation or sideways movement point currently. Okay, if you are not in this trade, so a new defined range would be, oops, fast forward here. It's right at our max of 100. Let me bring this up to the next level here. Let me zoom in too so you guys can see this a little bit better. At 82 pip range, it's a little clearer there, a little better. Bring this up as our take profit 1 here. Upper portion, key levels. Euro, so we are in continuation of the short trend, however, currently in a consolidation period. Like I said, potential double bottom pattern. If you do not know what a double bottom pattern is, please go to slicktrade.net and check out our pattern. Under the free education, you'll see how to identify patterns and a lot of the major patterns that I feel like every trader should know. That is all, like I said, in the free education. Please utilize that. That's why I took the time to put it together for you all. I hate it when I see people fail. 159. Fail just because of lack of information. Okay, if you got in this trade, this is a beautiful move, 159 pip. Hit both take profits to the upside on the pound dollar. This is the daily. Okay, I don't look at the 4 hour on the pound dollar. It seems to just be a little too chaotic for my liking. So I just stick to the daily when it comes to GU. All right, I'm going to change this. We are in an overall short trend. Currently in retracement phase and could be in a potential reversal. We'll see what happens here. Okay. So there we go. All right, so that is the plan for the upcoming week. And a little information on a strategy that you can use clear across the board every week on the assets of your choosing. Practice it, use it, do it every week religiously. Even if you're not entering the trades, just enter on a demo account or just track the trades, and look at them and see what the results would be based on the assets that you're interested in. And that's going to get you real far. I hope that this has been helpful and that you have enjoyed this presentation. Thanks for checking it out. And again, check out slicktrade.net. If you did enjoy this video or enjoy any of our free education, please subscribe, like, share, and keep that knowledge going for others. Thanks. Bye.